We've got the Michael Bryce family, UCLA women's head basketball coach Corey Close with her 300th career win, first UCLA head coach to reach that mark. Kiki Rice, who surpassed 1,000 points in today's game, and Lauren Betts, who had game high 21 points. Coach, when you're ready.
Thank you all for being here, and happy holidays to everybody, and we appreciate you, what you do for us. It's a sort of I just told them in the locker room, it's a mix, right? On the one hand, we really responded in the second half and dominated a really good Nebraska team. And a team that we shut down their two best players. They only had 10 points between them in 23 and 40. And so a lot of good things that way. And that being said, not anywhere close to our best. I didn't think we were as mentally focused today on our team game plan. I thought we responded with aggression and some great individual plays. I love that Kiki had 4 steals and was able to create offense off of her defense. I think Lauren is amazing in how she can switch. We switched 1 through 5 for a long time. I thought our defense was elite in a lot of ways, but we could have played much better teamwork basketball, and 26 turnovers is just unacceptable. So that being said, thankful because we responded in a dominant way, but we need to prepare in a more focused, teamwork-oriented way.
Lauren, hi. How did you feel in your return out there today?
Yeah, I felt really good. Obviously coming in, I was a little bit nervous, obviously with my knee, but I think my teammates and my coaches just really built me up going into it today and helped with relieve some of those nerves. But yeah, it's nice to be back, and I'm just really glad to be back on the court with my teammates.
And for Kiki, you had a pretty flawless day today, almost, except for just a couple turnovers. But the 4 steals, made every shot. Was it just feel like you were in rhythm kind of across the board today?
Yeah, I mean, I think I felt like I got good looks at the rim and kind of the shots that I practiced a lot and know I can knock down. So definitely was happy with that efficiency, and then also I wanted to stay aggressive defensively, get in the passing lanes. I felt like I had an opportunity to do that. Obviously, I got to take care of the ball better, but that's something that will happen in the next game.
Corey, how much of a help or hindrance was those 9 days off?
Well, I think that kids, basketball's a long season, and I think that it was a help to us. I think in the long run, maybe or maybe not for this game, but they've earned it, and I think it's important to get them. I told them I don't care if you touch a ball when you go home. I want them to do things physically to keep themselves ready. But we wanted to prepare to play well against Nebraska, but I think that those days off are about being ready in March and making sure that we have the mental and emotional freshness as well as physical to be ready to make a great run.
This question is actually for all 3 of you. Nebraska was basically the 26th team. They were just outside the top 25 this week. But as Coach said, you did a lot of good things, but that you guys can do so much better. What do you think you can do better at?
First, obviously, I think the biggest thing is taking care of the ball. And Nebraska's not really like a pressure or full court team, so to have 26 turnovers against that kind of defense is definitely an area that can be a lot better in.
And Nebraska was the best 3-point shooting team in the conference, and you guys shut them down from the arc. What went into that? What was the game plan going into that?
Well, that was one of the huge keys, was being able to chase them off the 3-point line. And our goal was to only allow 15 attempts, but 3 for 19 is pretty good against their team. So I think defensively, there's a lot of things to celebrate in this game. But I thought Tasha Brown and Sam Skinner did a phenomenal job in prepping our team in the scouting report, and that was just a major emphasis that we would give up a mismatch on a 2 before we would give up a 3-point look.
Lauren, I remember Corey talking about how she wanted to work on your mental game this year and this season. So coming back tonight from day-to-day injury and teaming up against number 40 a lot, how did that kind of test your mental toughness, and how do you think you developed?
Yeah, it helped a lot. I just think continuing to understand who I am as a player and a person, just keeping up my confidence, and I think going into it, obviously, there's a lot of mind games that I could play with myself, but just making sure that I continue just to remind myself of who I am. And I think obviously my teammates and coaches do a really good job of holding me accountable to that, but I also think all my hands and getting those reps in helped a lot too. So I felt much better coming in today. So.
If I could just, sir, who are you?
Dang. I try to remind myself that I'm Lauren Betts, but I'm so much more than just like, the name on the back of my jersey. Like, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. So just reminding myself of like, all of the things and all the relationships that I have with people outside of the sport.
Well, good response.
For Kiki, I know this wasn't Elena's best game, but just being able to play off of another point guard in the backcourt, like how has that affected you this season and enabled you to just be more productive?
Yeah, I love playing with E. I think being able to play off the ball some and get some different looks, not everything always being at a ball screen in the middle or a late shot clock, that kind of stuff. I think it's really been great this year to play off the ball a good amount, and then just continuing to, like, E and I work with each other, play off of each other, and she's so good and so talented, and I think look, like, I had games like this when I was a freshman, I have games like this still now, so it's like, it's not a big deal. You bounce back. She's a really, really smart player, really high IQ, so we're not worried at all.
Yeah, I just want to make it really clear what an elite guard I think Yelena is. Mentally, physically, she has the respect of her teammates so much. The way she prepares, the extra work she puts in. She had a bad night. I think she is a spectacular player.
You guys had 31 points in the third quarter. What felt different on that side of the ball than in the first half?
I think it just started with defense, honestly, just setting the tone from the very beginning. I thought, going into the second half, we just talked about in the locker room, just making sure that we were all locked in, we're communicating, we're taking away the threes, obviously, like we work on every day in practice, but I think it's just like the tone that we set and the mindset that we went into that second half, but that was really it.
Coach, you probably know this question's coming. 300. You already had the winningest coach here to get 300. What is that significance of that?
I want to be respectful and humble and say thank you, but I'm just thankful to be 1-0 in the Big Ten, or I guess 2-0, but in starting this run. I actually didn't even know. We went into the locker room and they had their heads were all down, and then they had all this confetti, and I literally didn't know why they were doing that. I'm like, why are they doing that? And so, but I am just so focused. My word for the year, for myself personally, and we all pick one, is present. And prioritize. And I just truly, that's all I want to focus on, is being present. I'm thankful that 300 wins, that I still get to be the head coach here. And I get to work with amazing people and have to this being our alumni weekend. And last night we had an alumni dinner with our team, and hearing their stories and their interactions. And I looked over at Pam, and Pam had big tears in her eyes, and it was just like, we get to do this. And that's what it means, is that I still get to do it.
Kiki, so 4 steals on the day. How important it is to not only create opportunities defensively, but translate those into offensive opportunities.
Yeah, I think defense is a big area of my game that I've been working on this season, off season as well. And I think like losing charisma and a lot of really, really talented defensive guards, I really wanted to step into that role and just be able to guard the other team's best guard and that kind of stuff. So I think I was really happy. I've been happy with the progress that I've been making, and I'm continuing to work on that. But I think a big way to create offense for myself, especially in transition and for the team, is to get steals and to be active in the passing lanes.
And I thought both her and Janiyah were really active, and that's huge. And Janiyah Barker had 8 rebounds and 8 points in almost only 17 minutes of play. But it shows. We talked about, I thought Lauren was a big part of why 40 never got going, but I think Kiki was the main one who shut down 23.
Coach, early in the second, they got up on top, 26-25. What was the message to the team at that point?
We were just playing really purposeless. We looked like we were sort of shocked that they came after us, and we just were, it was all about, we need to do things as a team. We made a couple of adjustments. We've been blitzing with DZ. They were probably the most intentional team about trying to exploit that mismatch. And so we made some adjustments at that time out to go blitz 1 and to try to not switch when DZ's involved in the ball screens in London, that is. And so it was really about do things together. do things that we've worked on and prepared for. You know, that we were sort of going rogue and it wasn't working out too well for us.
Kiki, I think you're closing in on 300 assists too, so how big would it be to get that in addition to the 1,000 points?
Yeah, definitely would be great. I mean, I didn't know that I hit 1,000 tonight until someone said in the locker room, but I'm not really keeping track of that stuff. Just focus on winning, but I think it would be a really cool accomplishment. I mean, I pride myself in being someone who can play the point guard that can play both on and off the ball, and score would also pass and get my teammates involved and get them good looks. So definitely something I'll be looking forward to.
Anything else?
Again, happy holidays to everyone, and we really appreciate you being here and telling our stories.
Thank you.